So everybody, I got an update. I've made a mistake of the worst kind, and it's really frustrating, but I thought I'd share it with you. I'll start out with the good thing. You can see here, I've got the new background going up. This is what's going to be in the background behind the camera. It's going to be a cloth background. I'm going to put stuff in front of it. We're actually going to hang stuff on the wall through the cloth, and it's going to make everything really pop. I'm not going to have to paint the wall. Cost me $100 for the fabric, and it'll also help a bit with reducing echo. Perfect. All right, now for the mistake. Man, all right, so there's my setup over there. There's my cat helping me type. He is such a little butthead. He thought that my headphones would be good to play with this morning, picked them up, started to run away with them. I thought he was going to pull everything off the table. We love our pets. So, all right, now I talked about putting my monitors up here, because it's eye level, makes me sit up straight and everything. Also doesn't make me put my bald head down so much on camera because the camera is going to be right here. And then I've got my monitors down here, and I got my keyboards here. So this is a keyboard for these two monitors, and then I haven't figured out the final placement of this TV yet, but it's hooked up to there as well. So 3 monitors in effect on the one computer, 2 of them 1080p, one of them 4K. And these up here are on the other computer, which is connected to this keyboard, and they're all 4K monitors, but they're 28 inch, and 4K at 28 inch doesn't work. Bet you didn't know that. You really should have at least 32 inch if you're going to run in 4K. The reason is the text is so small. And it's not because I'm old or have bad eyes. This is quite a common thing that unless you're going to mash your face up into that monitor, the text is just too small. So if you're going to 4K, you want 32 and above. So I have them running at 1440p. All right. Now, here's the problem. 2 problems. See my keyboards here? All right. So I got my hand here. What are you doing? Leave that Rifter alone. That's my toy, not yours. All right. Sorry. So, right hand on the mouse, left hand on the keyboard. Well, what happens when I need to grab this mouse up here? I'm not doing it with my left hand. I'm doing it with my right hand. I'm crossing my hands over while sitting here to get to this other keyboard. It's just wrong, because a lot of times I am doing stuff on one computer and I'll just want to move the mouse and click on something with the other one. It means I'm going to be crossing my arms over each other, and it just really doesn't work well. So, hey, stop. Cats. So, I need to move it over to the other side over here. And which then causes other problems. These other problems being that if I'm going to have a big monitor like this, I can't have the keyboard all the way over here and be looking behind me at the monitor. That's going to be even worse. So it means this has to move over here, which then means, because 4K cables that are able, there's a couple of things here. One is that the computers here, they have to remain close to each other. And the reason for that is the data from the HDMI connections that I have between the computers for capturing the desktop, they're high speed, they're really expensive cables. This one right here, this is a monster cable. It's a special cable. Does this one have the lights on it? One of them has electronics in it that I have, and this one does not. So this is probably the cheaper one. This one's about $100. My other one is I think I paid 130 bucks for it. So they're really expensive and they're short. So the cost just goes way up the longer you get them. So these two computers have to remain near each other, which means I got to move both of them over to the other side over here. And then there's something else. So, we talked about my posture and having my main monitors higher for the game screens and stuff, the main things I'm using, and it'll help me keep better posture and I won't have my head down and everything. Well, there's a problem. I'm a visual typist. Now I type fast and everything. I can type well, but I always have to check where my hands are on the keyboard. I don't know by touch. I always have to check where my hands are on the keyboard to start typing. And I've never been able to solve that. I've never been able to just know. And it's just how my brain works. I'm sure you're all going to be like, oh, just do this. Yeah, well, dyslexic me and ADD me, it just doesn't work. So that's okay. I have other abilities to make up for it. But what it means is that when I'm sitting here and I am looking up at the monitor here, I then have to look all the way down at the keyboard, and then I look up again. And if I were to instead have the monitors down here like I've had before, it's just shifting my eyes, not my whole head. And it really adds a level of awkwardness to this to have them up high. And I want my posture to be good. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do Rushlock. He suggested a kneeling chair, and I'm going to do that. So on his suggestion, because it forces you to sit up straight and everything. And so I think that'll help my posture a lot. But now I got to take all these monitors off, and I got to take the top ones, mount them down below, take the bottom ones, mount them up top. I took yesterday off from working on all of this stuff because I knew that all I had to do was attach a couple more cables, verify that the cameras were working, and then hang the rest of the backdrop. Not too much work. Yeah, so what does that put me on? Day 5 now? Something like that, where it's going to be a long day. And I'm supposed to do a show tomorrow. And I hope I get it all done. So I'm going to sign off saying, wish me luck, because I really want to do the show on time tomorrow. But, man, I got to tear half of this down and redo it. Design is hard. And some of the design, you just don't know it until you use it. And I used this morning. I did all the company books and everything. And got all that stuff done and realized while I was doing it that I'm going like this. Oh, man, anyway, here we go.